Come with me, Chel.
Architect Vasily Щетинин moved here 20 years ago. It was then that he and his friends started looking for a place to live and work outside the big city.
I was no longer content with the prospect of living in a city and having a workshop in a basement. Basically, I wanted to find a historically significant place. I also wanted it to be on the banks of a deep river, with a dilapidated church nearby, symbolizing times long gone by.
One of Vasily's friends told him about the village. At that time, it was on the verge of extinction. The architect bought a cottage, and his fellow artists soon followed his lead. Their ideas for transforming the village resulted in the birth of the Arstoyania festival. Despite the collective effort, everyone acknowledges Vasily is its founding father.
Vasily, switch on the battery.
Okay.
Preparing for the festival, Vasily's life is a bit hectic. He must personally oversee the construction of all landscape installations. One of his sculptures, an enormous bull made of bowed planks, is almost complete. Only its golden horns are still missing. It reminds some of the Trojan horse, others of Noah's Ark. As for Vasily, he says his work is meant as a Russian response to the charging bull sculpture near New York's Wall Street. As soon as the construction workers leave, Vasily goes up to the top of his creation to look at the unplowed fields of work still to be done.
Essentially, our village over there was the starting point at this art project. It is in a national park. The park's authorities have allowed us to put up those poles as part of the borders of the Empire installation. Festival guests will also see a volcano and a firebird. There you can see installations symbolizing the entrance to a different dimension. They are behind this forest. This year's festival won't disturb the unique character of the national park. We'll go out into the forest and fields where mass events will be organized. We want to put up new installations on this field.
One of the participants in Arstoyania is Oscar Madera from St. Petersburg. His project is called the Mechanical Forest. It's a hydraulic plunger that seems to do the impossible, synchronizing the motions of trees. Though he's under 30, Oscar has taken part in several exhibitions and biennials. Participating in Arstoyania has been a long-standing ambition for him. He's spent several days in the wild, putting the finishing touches on his work. One of the festival's founders, Vasily Щетинин, is inspecting it.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Nice, very nice.
Well, here it is. Well, at the moment, there's two teams at work here. And now we're going to fix it in place.
How about safety regulations?
Yeah, safety precautions are in place. Nobody's taking unnecessary risks. It won't collapse. Anyway, before startup, we're going to test the trees. All that's left for us to do is to collect the litter and bring the couches made of hay. Maybe 8 of them. There'll be a bar at the center and a disco.
You mean under that thing?
Yeah, I'd love it.
Vasily likes what he sees. He's on his way to inspect another project. It's called the Rotunda, a wooden structure standing in the midst of a buckwheat field.
The French project contained this idea. They wanted to spread a big piece of canvas across the field and place an object in the middle of it. If you go up to where the builders are standing, you'll sense that the sky is a large dome.
Meanwhile, there's a hitch at the Rotunda.
Look here, Yusuf, how come you've started laying in the planks horizontally?
I don't get you.
The boards have to be in a vertical position, from top to bottom. You've got the plan. You can't possibly have missed it. Let's go, I want to see it.
Vasily has made changes to the project, but his second-in-command, Nikolai Politsky, an artist and a friend, doesn't like them.
Somehow I can't recognize anything here. Good day.
Nikolai thinks that the workmen have ignored a number of important details.
Hello. Hello. How are you coping? It's the last day, just another 24 hours to go. Mind you, Brodsky, the artist, who has designed the rotunda, is a very exacting person. He believes some things are very important.
Actually, the rotunda wasn't intended for arguments. On the contrary, the designer's idea is to set visitors in a meditative mood and compel them to contemplate nature.
We recommended that this team place a work of art called The Shrine at the highest point. Then we and the farmers sowed the plot with buckwheat and mustard, yellow and white colors. We needed bright colors so that the shrine could be seen from another end of the park. We also wanted to create visual links between all parts of the park, with the shrine as the dominant point.
The French delegation has made yet another contribution to Arstoyania, in addition to the museum park. Professor Jean-Luc Bressol is one of the designers. He's devised an installation, including a photo camera and a glass filled with water. His work culminated in a video performance about Russia's vast expanses.
This little machine is to make painting outdoor. If you watch through this glass, you have the picture inverse.
The great 20th century architect Le Corbusier once said, "Every architect should invent a chair of his own design."
Many artists have taken the idea of the celebrated architect close to heart. Vasily Щетинин is no exception, but he's designed a crazy stool rather than a chair.
It's a very simple structure. On the one hand, it parodies cyber art and everything concerning the computer on the other. It's Icarus who has brought me to Nikola-ленивец. He used to be the face of a festival of open-air theaters.
Vasily confesses that his Icarus helped him realize he was ready for large-scale installations. This also prompted him to organize the first Arstoyania festival. A well in the form of an enormous crane was one of the first objects Vasily made for the festival.
It was a crazy concept. An ordinary Egyptian well turned into an object reminiscent of a majestic building. Anyone entering the village has the illusion that they see a gigantic building, offering a bucket of fresh water to passers-by, in a gesture of hospitality.